All right, and we're live. Welcome to the New Stoics, or Tim of the New Stoics after party. He is not with us yet. He had to deal with the kids, as you probably heard in the background of the actual interview. They're watching that Atlantis Disney show, so I guess he has to do something with them. And he will join us shortly. He did send me a message saying he's coming in. So, but so far we have in our insect expert, Adriana, is here. Of course, Evans Murphy, the Faithless Southerner, is in here. Purple Rhymes with Orange is with us, and Red Venture has also jumped in with us. So what did you guys do today? I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know about you guys, says the 52-year-old guy.
Wait, I like the Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was a kid.
Yeah, it's a fucking great game.
I spent
It's
the
a
whole
game.
afternoon playing games with my companion, so.
There you go.
I was just not have my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Actually, when I play it now.
Uh-oh. Are you going to go to the Faithless Forum? Because I'll be there, and I'm bringing a couple of decks with me because I got to beat Cirrus. Cirrus the Skeptic has challenged me to a duel at Faithless Forum, and so is Dear Mr. Atheist. So I'm going to kick both their asses when I'm down there.
I wish I could go. That'd be fun to watch.
I never got into any of the collectible card games because it always seemed that whoever spent the most money was going to win, and that was never going to be me.
Can you continue that?
Say that again, Adriana. I didn't hear it. Are you asking if there's a video game?
Sorry, I said that you should take a video of you playing a game, playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Channel dedicated to it. I have another YouTube channel if you want to check it out. Just look. Oh yeah, it's called. Look it up. It's called Sayris 13. SAYRIS 13. And I do pack openings. I do what I call derpy duels, and I duel other kids that are playing around there, and I go to the big tournaments and stuff like that. So yeah, there's lots of it.
Can you say the name again? Can you spell it again? Sorry.
SAYRIS
Okay.
13, all like together, and you'll see my ugly mug there.
Red and I have been playing Apex all day. I'll speak for both of us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We've been looking.
So Saturday is apparently game day.
Yeah, we need a third. So anybody that's watching, add me on Origin, Faithless South. We're in desperate need of a third player.
I don't know how to play, so don't count me in.
Yeah, I really don't do video games. I just do tabletop games.
It's free to play, so if you don't play it already, we're on PC. Got a plug here. We've been searching for a third for days, no avail.
So but do you know any other people to play that, or?
No, not really.
But he's never on.
Yeah,
Tad the shit out of that. Oh, does he?
Yeah,
well, fucking Dragons does. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's never on.
Oh, wow.
The loser.
To be fair, he's got a wedding to plan.
Yeah, there are priorities.
Yeah,
there are things that are more important than marriage.
There are, but
I count Apex
Real
on
life
that
should
list.
never interfere with your gaming.
Dang, Skippy.
Exactly.
I knew I liked you, Purple.
I think I probably spent about $200 on new cards today. So
holy crap!
Oh man!
Oh yeah, buddy. I go big or go home. That's just the way it is.
That sounds like.
But I sell a bunch of them. I sell a bunch and make money too, so I actually end up earning some of my money back. So I think I probably earned about $80 back of that 200 that I spent. So there you go. Some of the cards are worth a lot of cash. Like one of the cards I pulled is an $85 card. So I didn't sell that one, mind you. I sold a couple of $40 ones, but that's okay.
Oh, my mom actually, I think she still does this. She actually buys, she actually does use eBay to buy like Magic the Gathering cards, and then she actually tries to resell them for fire. She makes it be a business about that.
She's one of those, huh?
Yeah.
I kind of do that too. The only collectible game I really got into was does anybody remember the Pirates of the Spanish Main or the Pirates CSG?
Mm-hmm.
They were little pirate ships that they were like punched out of credit cards and you assembled them.
Yeah. I remember those.
Yeah, I've got quite a collection of those. And I did the same kind of thing. That I just kept buying packs, and then I was like reselling the duplicates.
Cool. That's how you do it, for sure. I mean, I've always been about pirates. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be one. It's funny because when I was in Disneyland, all the kids on the Pirates of the Caribbean, when I was in line to go on the Pirates of the Caribbean, they thought I was one of the pirates on the ride.
All you need is the patch.
Yeah. And a parrot on my shoulder. And it's actually one of the kids goes, "Are you a real pirate?" He's probably about 6 years old. He's like, "Are you a real pirate?" I go, "Arr, I might be. By the way, little man, have you seen me parrot? He flew away and I can't find him." And he's all, "Mom, he's a real pirate." He's running around in circles and shit. It was hysterical. I'm like, "Oh, that kid had a little too much candy floss." But anyway. Hey, Klaus, put a fucking shirt on, damn it. He's like a deer in the headlights now. Can you hear us, or what's going on there, buddy?
Oh, he's moving.
Oh, is he moving? Yeah, I think he's trying to figure out what the hell we're doing.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen what Klaus looked like before.
Oh, now you know. Right now, he's kind of looking like Gollum. But come on, Klaus. What's going on? Oh, maybe he can't hear us. I don't know. Yeah, he'll chime in eventually. He usually does.
Are you sure he's moving? He looks kind of frozen on my screen.
He is moving. I can see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually. Oh, yeah, there. Now I saw him move. Klaus, can you hear us? Earth to Klaus.
Klaus.
Fucking Aussies, man. You live in a pretend country. Continent, whatever. I can't believe that actually took off. That one, I saw, like, it was just like one girl that said Australia was fake, and all of a sudden it's all over the fucking place.
Yeah, I didn't know where that started.
This is going back a couple of years, but it's just.
I figured it had something to do with the flat Earth people. That's all I knew.
Yeah, I read that.
I don't know if she was a flat earther, but she was definitely an Australia doesn't exist person. I didn't delve that deeply into it, so I saw her post this shit. I think it was on Facebook actually, and I was just like, oh my god, where do these fucking idiots come from? It's like, okay, the Earth isn't flat. Australia's really there. Like, don't be fucking stupid.
Well, you know, I can kind of understand it with the flat Earth people claiming it doesn't exist. But if you accept the Earth is generally a sphere, what's the point in saying Australia isn't there?
I know. What's just one big gap there, and it's just more ocean? Like, come on. Like, does New Zealand exist? Does Tasmania exist? Like, come on, people. Oh, hello, Josiah. And hashtag and doorknob head. All the usual suspects are in there.
Neil?
Yeah.
So you have your own side channel, which is like a gaming channel, and then I think Lavender Lady, she has the side channel where she does cooking. So my channel is honestly about
Yeah.
I think I need to eventually get a side channel and do my own atheist videos instead.
Yeah, you should. You should. Absolutely. I'll come on. You're like, fuck you. I don't want you on my channel, you bastard.
Well,
Hey, Klaus, can you hear us now, or what's going on?
I heard him.
Yeah, I heard him too. We did hear you, if that's what you're wondering, but I still say put a fucking shirt on.
Yeah, man.
What's going on with him?
Or I'm going to take my shirt off. Nobody wants to see that, trust me. Yes, I do. I think you should start an atheist channel and talk about, from your perspective, it might be a good idea to do stuff that involves evolutionary type shit, right? Because you know all about
kind of like a armor off.
Yeah, exactly. You could do the whole clades of insects and stuff like that, right? which I would tune in for every fucking time because, like, I told you before, I was always about bugs and shit when I was a kid. Bugs and dinosaurs are my two big things as a kid.
In my classes when I was in college, I was an entomology major, and we talked. Of course,
what's happening? Well, I just can't get this thing to work.
Yeah, well, we
There
can
you
hear
are.
you.
Yeah, now I see you.
Okay.
We can hear you, Klaus. If you can't get it to work, chuck it in the garbage and get a new one. Everything's disposable these days, isn't it? Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, Adriana, carry on.
Okay. So I took entomology classes, like insect classes. But I mean, this is one of my textbooks I had. This is physiology.
Cool.
Yeah. So, what's interesting
was
in my
that
class?
a Hercules beetle?
That's.
I only saw it quickly.
That's not a Hercules beetle. It's
Oh,
something
okay.
beetle.
No, it looks like a regular black beetle or whatever.
Yeah. I can't think what it is. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Hercules beetles are fucking enormous people.
Oh. I have a picture.
They can fit in your hand. They're huge.
I got a picture.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were going to actually pull out a real one. I seen
No,
a video
no,
where
no,
Buddy's holding one in his hand, and he does the whole larval stages and all that stuff, right? Which is really cool. Wait, who the hell's that? It's got to be close.
Yeah.
Actually, red was coming up on my screen with all the sound effects.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
What was coming through? I'm sorry.
That's okay. No big deal.
Anyway, I was gonna say. So in my classes, we learn about stuff like. In my classes, we learn about stuff like physiology and like medical insects and stuff. But I don't think I ever learning a lot about actual insect evolution, like those big dragonflies. Well, I did hear about the big dragonflies in classes, but other than that, I didn't think I know much about insect evolution. Like they didn't teach that class for some reason. Man, I'd still be interested in learning more.
Maybe it was an optional class you could go into, like the evolutionary or evolution of insects.
I was only like a bachelor's degree. Maybe you did like a PhD. Maybe then you would. Maybe that's right.
Yeah, could be. I mean, there's lots of fossil evidence, so.
Yeah. This doesn't look showing real well. That's me holding a Hercules beetle.
Oh, look out now.
Awesome!
Yeah. That was in...
I held one too.
That was at the New Mexico Zoo. That was at the zoo in New Mexico. Okay, Amy. So, yeah.
We have a little place here in Victoria on Vancouver Island called the Bug Zoo. And you can go in there, and I was holding fucking giant millipedes and Hercules beetles and the giant cockroaches, the big ass ones that fly and shit like that. Well, they all fly, but yeah. It was awesome, man.
Yeah.
And they have
actually,
little hotels with them in them too, where they go from room to room. It's hysterical.
Actually, at my college, I went to Oklahoma State University. At my college, we actually had our own thing called the Insect Zoo, which you could volunteer, and that's for entomology people for stuff.
Did you do that? Did you volunteer?
Yeah, I volunteer. I volunteer some, like maybe 10-ish times.
That's cool. Bugs are so fucking cool.
Yeah.
This is why I live where the air hurts my face, because it keeps the bugs small. I don't have to deal with the 3-inch cockroaches.
They're actually pretty fucking smart little bastards, actually. I like one of the ants have always been kind of one of my favorite, like just how the societies work, and especially the ones that are devastating, like the army ants, different species of army ants, just the way they just demolish everything in their path. It's like, holy crap. I wouldn't want to get in their way, that's for sure.
Yeah, they've been known to take down cattle if they were tethered and couldn't get away.
Oh yeah, and they can do it pretty quick. It's almost like falling into a river where there's piranhas that are hungry. Of course, they're not that quick, but you get it, right? Dude, where's my pants? What the hell?
The Lego movie.
I have no idea. But yeah, you guys ever watch that Brave Wilderness guy, Coyote Peterson, where he does the Sting challenge?
Yeah.
And he took one from a bullet ant, and up until I guess his challenge, everybody thought that the bullet ant was one of the most harshest stings on the planet. Well, it turns out that it ended up ranking at like number 3. Or something along those lines, because he took one from, I think it was a tarantula hawk that was really, really harsh. And I can't remember what the other one was, the big one, I think. The one that he said was the worst of all of them. Other than the, because he took a bite from the centipede too, the giant centipede. He said, which was really fucking harsh too, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember. I was such a good video kind of like that. I was thinking about doing a video about that, about the different pain levels and stuff.
Yeah. There is a pain index out there.
Yeah. I can't think of his name.
I know. I'm drawing a fucking blank right now.
Like Smith's pain index, was it?
Maybe. I'm thinking he needs to have one by the Asian hornet, the giant Asian hornet, because he hasn't done that one yet.
Yeah, Smith. I was right.
Pretty fucking brutal too.
Yeah, I was right. It's Smith's pain index, where he made his own list of the pains levels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a video about that.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, bravo to him for taking it for the team, but you couldn't fucking pay me enough to do that.
Actually, something funny about my college classes. One of my teachers was named Dr. Hoback. And what's funny, I took one of his classes. I took a bunch of classes with him. One of the classes was called Insects and Society, and the class average was like I think 75 or higher. I think if the class average was 75 or higher, he would actually get in and sing himself right in class. If the class was higher than 75%.
Really?
Yeah.
And he would actually do that? Wow.
Yeah, he said before. Why I took the class? He never did it. We never got past 75% when I took the class. So I never got to see it.
I find it weird how the insect stings can affect different people so differently. Yeah, like I've gotten stung by a dozen wasps in a day, and it barely fazed me any more than mosquito bites.
Oh, since I do have an insect channel, I guess if I get like, I don't know how many cigars are with me, but I think maybe I'll get like maybe like 100,000 cigars or something. I would actually sting myself with something like maybe like a scorpion. Very special.
Yeah, I've never seen a scorpion outside of a enclosed exhibit thing.
Yeah,
there just aren't any up in this climate.
We have. Well, you'd be surprised, buddy. I thought that too until I looked up that there are actually, I think, 3 different scorpion species here in BC. Most of them, of course, being in the Okanagan, which can be desert and arid, like especially in the summertime. But there are 3 species here, and they're not like huge species, but and I've never seen one myself, and I've been to the Okanagan many times. But one of my dad's neighbor says he's seen a couple he's seen 2 of the 3, but one of them apparently is really, really hard to find, and you barely ever come across them. But the other 2, most of them like to be in dark spaces, so they're not really out and about all the time. But when you work in a place that has like tires or stuff like that where they can hide, you start lifting them up. He says you'll find them from time to time.
Yeah, unfortunately,
and I had no
the kind of work I
idea.
do. Yeah, I'm often winding up having to go into small crawl spaces and things like that.
Oh, Neil, I forgot what we were talking about with the Coyote Peterson. You were thinking the warrior wasp. Apparently, that was the worst thing. The warrior wasp.
Yeah. What did he? The warrior wasp. That's it.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah, he ranks that of the wasps. Anyways, he ranks that as number 1. And then of course it's the tarantula hawk.
Yeah.
And I think the cow killer or whatever, the velvet velvet ant. I think he was up there. Yeah, like, dude, what are you doing? Like, all of this for likes and views? Like, it's crazy talk. But he's actually a pretty funny guy. I don't, I'm not, but most of his followers are kids because he does tours where he goes around and he performs for kids and stuff like that. But I think otherwise, he's a pretty knowledgeable guy, and he puts on some great videos, I think. But being a bug guy, I like watching him. Well, I'm not like you. I don't have the knowledge base you have. But I've read enough in my lifetime where I could be considered a bug guy, so to speak, because I just love them.
Doorknob in the chat had kind of an interesting thought there. Are there any bugs that the bite or sting could cause you to hallucinate?
Yes. Yeah. Adriana would know better than me, but I've heard of people, because of the pain levels, even where they've hallucinated. It had nothing to do with the neurotoxin or whatever kinds of toxins, but even pain levels, if they're high enough, can make you hallucinate.
I haven't looked at it very much, but yeah, there are some. I was just looking at this a couple days ago. That there was this wasp, yeah, it was wasps, some kind of wasp that can do neurotoxin, and yeah, that probably could cause a hallucination.
Sure. I think any type of neurotoxin has the potential to cause that kind of thing. So,
yeah, I haven't looked that much, so.
People don't realize that we actually hallucinate on a daily basis. Like, if you ever walked around and you're like, why do I smell roses? Well, that's a nasal or whatever you call it hallucination. Or you hear something that nobody else heard, and you've had a hearing hallucination type thing, or you see something out of the corner of your eye, you've had a visual. We have them all the time. And of course, everyone wants to write them off as, oh, it's just shadow people, or shit like that, right? And it's like, no, idiot, stick, you had a hallucination. They're quick and easy.
Sure, it's not shadow people.
Yeah, dude, come on.
How confident in that belief are you?
Well, can we?
I'm trying to brush up on my street. I'm trying to brush up on my street epistemology here.
How confident am I that they're not shadow people? I'm
apparently Klaus has dropped out into the side chat there. He was having trouble.
Where's the guest of tonight's show? Still wrangling kids?
I guess, yeah. He said he was going to come in. He'll join us. I mean, of course, he'll probably join us like 5 minutes before I close it off. But I told him, I said, it's not necessary that you show up. I just said, I like to, all the guests that I have on, I like to introduce them to some of the other really cool atheist friends that I have in the community. So you're always telling me he's welcome to come in and say hello. Right, but he's not obligated to do so. I never say, no, you have to be here. It looks like I'm not a hangout Nazi. You have to be here.
Yeah, it should be an obligation.
Of course.
If you do an interview with Neil, you must come to the after party or forfeit your firstborn.
Yeah.
Neil before the 604 atheist.
That's it. No, please, no. No. I couldn't be that kind of guy. Not a chance. No, I'm too humble for that shit.
Yeah, you're too mellow for that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about mellow. You haven't seen me in my party mode, but
Woohoo!
Yeah. Just wait. If you guys are going to be at the Faithless Forum, you'll see a side of me you probably haven't seen before.
I will not be this year.
Are we talking keg races?
It could be. You never know. Depends on my mood. Depends on how many beer I've had.
You don't want any before that.
I'm going to be like, hey, what's going on, holy Kool-Aid, you prick?
Yeah, actually, Neil, at some point you have to interview Compelled Unbeliever, because you two are like the opposite ends of the spectrum there for Mello.
Yeah, he's a pretty laid-back dude, and that's actually one of the things I like about him. I have spoken to David about it, and he does want to come on the show. So we just haven't. You know how he went through the whole. He had to move, and he had the divorce thing going on.
Yeah, so he's had a lot of crap going on.
Exactly. We did have a date scheduled, but because of this, he's like, "We're gonna have to bump it," and we just haven't settled on a new one yet. So it will happen. I really like David. I think he's fucking really smart, and I love his content. He has some great insight on things, and I really do. Oh, excuse me. I really do want to have him on the show because I think it'd be a great conversation.
Oh yeah,
But
I
you're
love
right.
the stuff he puts out.
Mm-hmm. But you're right. We are kind of the opposite ends of the excitement spectrum, so to speak. I mean, I'm an outgoing guy. I'm an extrovert, which is kind of odd because many of my friends that I've made online and elsewhere are kind of introverted, and I guess I can be that way sometimes if I'm not in a people mood, I can turn into that. But I don't know. I just like being outside. I like being around people. I like trying to make everybody have fun. You know, it's mandatory when you're around me. So I'll do whatever I can to get people laughing and having a good time. Because I think it's healthy. I think if you get people smiling and laughing, that releases the better chemicals in the old neurospace. So, and that's one of the things my mom loves about me because she's manic depressive and bipolar. So whenever I'm around her, I get her up and running around and getting all goofy, and the good chemicals are brewing. And she always calls me back later. I had so much fun with you tonight. Well, of course you did, Mom. We went for sushi. So
Impossible to be sad while eating sushi is a scientific fact.
right. And dude, that we go to called Mura Sushi, and I order every time I go there. You have to order the volcano roll because they literally give this giant plate with like 16 pieces of sushi in a circle with the lava flow coming out of the top, which is all the hot sauce. So it looks like a volcano, and it is fucking to die for.
It's a little different take on the volcano roll than most people.
I don't like spicy foods though.
Oh, that's okay. You can have like the dragon roll, which has got avocado and stuff, so it's a little bit more mellow. But it has eel. You gotta like eel.
Eel is great.
Love eel.
I think I've ever had eel.
Love eel. It's good. It's very good. It's just like eating any other kind of fish, really. But it's
the local joint that we go to in Montgomery, Alabama, has a roll tide roll, and it is fantastic.
Roll tide roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't try a BC roll because it's basically smoked salmon skin. And I'm like, no, thank you. Why did we have to come up with a shitty roll?
I actually don't like avocados, so whenever I get sushi, I just have to take the avocado off. I'm not really picky.
That's all right.
I'm really picky.
Sushi,
you like what you like. Just go for the sashimi. Right, the strips of the fish. I fucking pound that stuff when I go. I love the salmon and the tuna and the tuna belly.
I'm hungry. Yeah, we got to stop this.
Sorry, dude. I ate already.
I'm in a
already, but
town. There's no way you can get anything like that around here.
Oh, Purple man, you got to move over here, man. We have a huge Asian population here. So, and that's everything from Indian, like people from India, Korea, China, Japan. And so all the restaurants here are like hugely authentic. Like we have some of the best outside of Japan. We have some of the best sushi in this area. It's so fucking good, man.
Yeah, when I lived in New York, my fiance would send me out for sushi in the middle of the night. And, you know, there was some good. Even the local grocery store there was pretty decent stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. The only sushi I won't eat is gas station sushi. It's like you don't know how long it's been sitting there. And trust me, they have some around here because sushi's so popular around here. You pull into like some sort of like Texaco somewhere, and they got this little. You know, the display with the glass and the food stuff, and there's like a little 6-pack of California rolls, and I'm like, how the fuck long has that been there? I ain't eating that shit. And I say never eat sushi if you're in like the middle of a country that's landlocked. This shit ain't fresh. You got to be on the coast somewhere. Coastal cities are the best places for sushi.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the U.S. right now, so that would. You know, the closest thing to the ocean to me is Lake Superior.
Oh, there you go. But I don't know if I'd eat anything that came out of that lake. Evans, what's your favorite sushi?
Oh man, I like Dragon Roll. I like the Roll Tide Roll.
It's my favorite.
I
have to come there and try this.
It is really, really good, and the joint that we go to is fan. We've probably tried everything within about 150-mile radius or something like that. Sushi's my wife's favorite food. So,
cool.
I mean, there's not really any that I don't like. Is the thing.
The only thing I can't do is the stuff that's made with that shark cartilage because it's like chewing fucking plastic.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
I just see it's a like crab sushi. Like it has crab and then cream cheese. It has avocado, but I just take the avocado off, like I said.
Well, California roll has the crab for sure.
Yeah. I think the California roll.
And what the hell's the other one that they do quite a bit? I like to go to. We have a place here. 2 places I love to go that's all you can eat, and they have like all kinds of stuff other than just sushi. They have like shrimp shumai, which I eat by the truckload, and they fuck man, like the little strips of New York steak that they sear really quick. But what do they call that? It's like tartare, but they just sear the outside and the rest of it's still raw. There's an actual name for it that's not coming to me because I've probably had a couple too many of these already. Yeah, my memory's bad as it is, but you add alcohol and it just tanks from there on. So, anyway, most women love raw fish, but still. Klaus, man, come on! What's wrong with you?
I don't even know if I want to know.
Yeah, no, you don't want to know. He's all like up in an uproar because he couldn't make it into the chat. Come on, Klaus, you big pervert. Put a shirt on, damn it. So I got another blood donation coming up soon, and I'm inching towards 50 now. I think I'll have 2 more after this to go before I hit the big 50. Which because I need, you see, I always get my pins now and I put them on my coats all the time, right? So my first donation, which was like 3,000 years ago, I got my 10th donation and the 25th pin, and now I'm waiting for the 50th pin. So I still got a couple to go before I get it. Oh. And this is actually the new logo they have, where there's 4 different colors on here. So it's like the network of organ donation, blood donation, platelets, etc. And the 150 years of blood donations in Canada pin right there. But I haven't been doing it for 150 years because that would be like, I'd be like those biblical guys if I was 150 years old.
It's still have a ways to go.
Yeah. Fuck, if I make it another 10 years, I'll be surprised, to be honest.
Oh, come on, Neil.
No. My plan is to make it to at least 80. You know, it's like it could be one of them crotchety old guys that likes to pinch, the nurses' butts and stuff as they walk by, and be them old school guys, right? I am so politically incorrect. It's not even funny. Is that what it is? Can you say that? Can you say politically incorrect as opposed to politically correct?
Yeah, I'm sure you can. I mean, you just did, so.
I did, but it doesn't mean it's legit.
Didn't Christopher Titus have a stand-up special by that name, or I think it's someone else?
Oh, could be. Titus is
Bill Maher
funny.
used to have a show by that name.
Yeah.
Politically incorrect? Oh, yeah. That's right,
yeah.
too. That's right. So it is a legit thing. All right. I completely forgot about that. Sorry, more beer. Might jog my memory. Probably not, but you never know.
I like.
So purple. Huh?
Oh no! Sorry.
Oh no! Go ahead.
I was talking to someone else in the background. Correct me.
Oh, fucking tell him to shut the hell up. We can hear him, and it's bugging the crap out of me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm like one of those guys that's really, really hard to bug. So, did you see that little exchange that was going on with Sassy on Twitter about me and Matthew Randall? That suddenly we're like a couple now. So she had to combine our names, like they do with like the the Benefer and shit like that. Now it's Neil or something like that because we have this bromance going on or something.
Oh, you're shipping. How sweet.
Yeah. It's all because I said, oh yeah, I got a thing for truckers. Right? But what I mean by that is I always give truckers the right of way on the road, because if it wasn't for truckers, we wouldn't even have half the shit that we own. So that's why I never understood people that always try to cut truckers off and stuff like that. But we talked about that on his deconversion thing.
It's just a really dumb idea. That's a lot bigger than you are.
Yeah, they're gonna win.
Yeah.
They're gonna win that 10 out of 10.
I don't know.
No question.
I don't know if I shared it, but there was there's a video of somebody passing a semi off on the dirt side of the road, off on the shoulder. So, well, it's dirt, it's loose. So it whips into the side of the semi, flies off into the ditch. It was ridiculous. I'm surprised if he survived.
Oh my God. Doorknob Head's already like quoted me, Neil, quote, I got a thing for truckers. Meme alert! Like, oh great, here we go.
Yeah,
that falls, still framing me.
That falls under my 3 basic rules of driving. You don't mess with anything that has signs that indicate flammable or hazardous. Yeah. You don't mess with anything that has gun ports, and you don't mess with anything more than 5 times your size.
Gun ports? You mean like a Hummer? Because my buddy bought a Hummer, and I'm like, what are these holes in the floor in the back for? One of the original ones when they first came out. Well, that's where I can mount my anti-aircraft gun. I'm like, what?
I was thinking more like armored cars, but
oh, okay. Yeah,
actually, I had the idea for a family reunion of outfitting my my Suburban with pom-pom guns.
I would pay to see that. Which of the family members we don't like?
Well, that's what I figured. Just kind of take out the masses, and the percentage that I actually liked is so small it doesn't really matter.
We won't miss them. They never send Christmas gifts anyway, so fuck them. All right. Why are we so silent? Evans, you usually never shut up. What's going on?
Okay, Klaus said I've got
I resemble that remark.
Now.
Klaus is going to give it another shot. Put a fucking shirt on.
Has he got a shirt on this time?
I don't know. Poor Klaus. We just give him the gears all the time. But he sets himself up.
I remember the first time that Klaus came in without a shirt. I was like, man, put a shirt on, y'all. Look what's up where he's at.
Is that better?
Lay off of him.
Yeah, I got a shirt on.
Oh, he does have one. There we go.
And the reason you can hear us too, it's the shirt, Klaus. It knows you're not wearing one.
All your shirts are in a pile going, Klaus, where are you? You never wear us anymore.
Klaus's anthropomorphic shirts.
Anthropomorphic shirts.
No, that's not the right word. Personified.
There you go. I was wondering what the hell you were going for.
OS2, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's an old man. So he put that. He's telling Purple that. Klaus, shirt, no pants. Psych!
Yeah, usually I'm the old man in the room unless Lavender Lady shows up.
Yeah, you're not that much older than me. Because I'm 52 for crying out loud.
Yeah, I'm 54. I just got a couple of years on you.
Yeah. I mean, I know I don't act it, but I don't think I've ever acted my age my entire life, so who cares?
If you're over 25, you should never act your age.
Well, one thing my dad always said, he goes, you know what? Really? Age is all here. It's just a number. It's just you can act however you want. Don't give a shit about what anyone else says. This is one of the things I liked about my dad. He didn't give a crap about anybody, what they said. He was also known as the Whistler. It's kind of funny. I remember a couple of buddies of mine and I had never met my dad before. And he decided he was out and about. And he said he's going to come to the bar with us for a change because he was kind of bored with his friends. And so my buddy Rod and John jump in the car with me. And then my dad starts whistling. And my buddy John in the backseat goes, "Oh my God, it's the Whistler." Because he would go to hockey games, local hockey games, baseball games, and he would always be whistling shit like the Jeopardy theme or the Love Boat theme or whatever. And so as soon as my dad started whistling, my buddy John recognized it right away and goes, "You're famous, dude. We call you the Whistler." I'm like, holy shit, my dad's famous? Like, what the fuck is this crap? Which is actually pretty funny. So
Yeah.
my dad's the Whistler. Yeah, I know. Because you could hear him coming from like literally a city block away. He'd be whistling something like the MASH theme or whatever, right? Or the Love Boat theme. The Love Boat theme. I never got into that show. But anyway, my family liked to watch it. I was all about Fantasy Island. I thought that was way better. You know, they tried to redo that, and they had Malcolm McDowell as the lead.
Yeah,
That's way out of my age range here.
No. The newer Fantasy Island would have been way, like, I think they shot it, or they tried to bring it back in, like, the year 2000. Somewhere around there, where they brought that back. And it was not Malcolm McDowell, sorry. He was the bad guy in the first Star Trek movie, Generations. The white-haired dude, Malcolm something, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, he played he played Rourke or whatever, the lead character, and I thought it was okay, but I thought he's no fucking Ricardo Montalban. So anyway,
yeah, the second Star Trek movie was definitely the best, just because it tied back to the original series.
Yeah, for sure. Generations was okay. I mean, it was an interesting idea. I felt it could have been done better. But I think the best part of that, yeah, we know you can't hear anyone, but that's on your end, pal. I felt that one of the best characters in that was Guinan, like Whoopi Goldberg. How she was able to tie everything back to the story of her youth. The whole Nexus thing. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked First Contact. That was my favorite of the Next Generation movies.
You read that?
And First Contact and then Nemesis I thought was pretty cool.
Well, there was an episode of the Next Generation with the Borg, or not with the Borg, where there was like a parallel timeline with the Enterprise C that they said that Guinan somehow had this, this ability to sense alternate timelines.
Yes, that was Yesterday's Enterprise, that episode was called. I'm such a nerd. Yeah, the elusive Enterprise C that nobody really knew anything about until that episode. How did Guinan tie into that one?
There was a scene in there that Guinan was able to sense that this wasn't the right timeline, that the Enterprise shouldn't be a warship, that it was supposed to be an exploration ship.
Oh, right. Okay, I remember now what you're talking about. Klaus, you still with us, or are you with us at all? Or Evans, why are you no longer?
I say you would be right back.
Oh, okay. Actually, I really have to pee, so I'm gonna go do that, and I'll be right back too. So you guys carry on amongst yourselves.
I don't know why we're not getting audio on Klaus yet.
I don't know what happened, but I'll be right back.
Okay, just because Doorknobhead is asking, I have to take a poll on who is wearing pants.
Well, I am.
Apparently, you're the only one because no one else is responding.
Well, you can see.
Yeah. I guess Neil is, or we probably would have seen something when he got up.
Although you're not used to webcams, so it's kind of not needed.
Well, I don't have a camera, so it doesn't matter. I could be totally naked for all you know.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Oh. Neil went to use bathroom.
What a loser. So, how's everybody's weekend going?
Good. I guess Neil's the talkative one.
Mine's pretty mellow so far. Nobody bugged me today.
Doug.
This is a tough room to read here.
It's tough. Wait, what? What happened? I'm empty again, so we can carry on.
You left, and you know.
What? Everyone was like,
yeah, everybody was just like, I got back, you were gone,
yeah.
Total silence. I was trying to resurrect.
You're the talkative one.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of have to be. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
you know,
I did my best, but this is a tough crowd.
Generally, I am something of an introvert. I can only be this vocal on the internet because I know if I fuck up, I can just switch you all off and go to bed.
That's what you think.
Yeah, we're gonna haunt you.
It's not that easy to turn me off, Purple.
What if we call you names and stuff?
Are you trying to turn me off or turn me on?
Yeah,
oh, great.
like
now I've got to wonder what you're all saying on Twitter behind my back when I'm sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
Poor little fella.
We're in your corner all the way, Purple, so you don't have to ever worry about that. Anytime, most of the time, I've had to come to people's defense before, so you know, Spooky's not wearing any pants either. All right, Klaus isn't wearing a bra. I don't know what.
Hey, Spooky.
That's true. Can confirm.
Klaus, you bad man. Klaus, by the way, is our resident pervert. Just so you guys know that.
Yeah, I don't have enough there to need a bra yet.
Yeah, me either. But I can imagine it'll happen at some point. Because gravity takes over.
I've seen some men that probably should have one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, me too. But they call those bros, remember? Or was it man's ear or bro? They had the old Seinfeld episode. Pants but no bra. I'm in my jammies. All right, hashtag. I like that. I'm literally in my jammies too because I literally sleep in my t-shirt and a pair of underwear. So
yeah,
there you go.
Same here. I
Sometimes
just got the lounge pants and a t-shirt.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, I usually just wear clothes, just regular clothes.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, if I get really overwhelmingly hot, because I can get all like really warm and sweaty at night. So sometimes you'll see my shirt fly. Well, you won't, obviously, unless you've got cameras in here. I don't know about, but my shirt will be flying across the room.
Everybody play it cool. Play it cool, everybody.
Yeah, well, Neil, I fly a drone in there when you're asleep, and it's a live feed.
That's what that is. No wonder I'm always doing this to my nose, like, what the fuck is it? He's trying to see what I've got up there, isn't it? Right? Is he a coke user? Let's get in there and check it out. No. I can honestly say I've never tried. I smoked a joint that I had no idea that somebody had added cocaine to it. And I remember smoking the joint, and afterwards I'm like, well, this is really different. What the hell's going on here? This isn't what I'm used to. It keeps you awake longer. Right? I don't know. It's but I mean, before I start drinking, I have to drink like a pot of coffee so I can be a wide awake drunk. So which is why I never thought in the old days they used to say if the guy's drunk, you feed him coffee, it'll sober him up. No. You just have a wide awake drunk on you.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, that's what they used to say. And I can tell you from personal experience that that's not the case, because we used to go out and get really drunk at like the bars and stuff back in my salad days, and then we'd end up at like Beano's restaurant or something, drinking copious amounts of coffee so we could stay up and be drunk all night, and eating their horrible truck stop food. It was terrible, but it was the place to go. I could tell you guys some stories from that. Holy shit. I was literally almost killed there when it was. And a friend of mine, it was his birthday, and I was there with him for the first half of the night, but then I had to take off to go deal with something family related. Then when I was like, oh fuck, they're probably going to be at Beano's, so I went to Beano's, and my friend Chris wasn't there yet, but he saw me, and he's at one end, like literally, think of about maybe a 40-foot hallway, with tables all inside, and he sees me standing in the back, and he goes, "No!" and he's just pissed. And then he outweighed me by about 40 pounds at the time. And he's just fucking lummox running down the hall. Like, like imagine this in slow motion. And he leapt in the air. I didn't think somebody his size could get that high in the air, to be honest. And he just was like, oh, and he tackled me. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. And he knocked me right through the exit door in the back, which set off the alarm. It was crazy. And oh yeah, I thought I was going to die right there. I thought I was dead. Like, great. You know, I like you, Chris, and it's your birthday and all, so I'm not going to punch you, but try not to kill me, okay?
Poor Neil.
Oh, fuck. I just get abused. I don't know what it is. I'm like, you know, I'm the nicest guy ever, and then my friends just want to kick my ass all the time. No, Klaus, we can't hear you. Sorry, buddy. Yeah. You see, he's murmuring something there, but we can't hear it.
Yeah, I see him moving around now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really done any hallucinogenic drugs, but pot is now legal here. But I'm in a non-smoking building, so it's like I need a good recipe for pot brownies.
For pot brownies?
Yeah.
I think the best way to do pot brownies, rather than crumble it up and put it in the brownie mix, is to make butter from marijuana and use that butter to make your brownies.
How do you make the butter?
Yeah, it's all about reduction. You got to reduce it, and you boil it and reduce it, and you take you skim the stuff off the top, and you add you basically take regular butter, melt it down, and add this skimming stuff to the butter, and then you reduce it a little bit more and stuff like that. If I was you, I would. There's got to be methodologies and recipes for making it online for sure.
I'm sure if you type in pot butter,
yeah, you'll find it. No problem.
On YouTube, you'll find it.
Don't forget to put bacon. I've had bacon pot brownies that were to fucking die for.
Yeah, it's just this weird thing that, like, as of December, it's legal to smoke it here, but the building I live in, any kind of smoking is not permitted.
Yeah,
I'll step outside. That's what the outside is for.
Yeah, it's like below zero outside. I'm not doing that.
Evans, #Heathen wants to know what your shirt says now. We went over this hashtag, but you weren't here.
It says...
Hang on. I'll present you.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Let me move properly out of the way here.
There you go.
What is all that?
Shake it, Evans. Shake it.
I'm not quite inebriated enough for that yet.
Well, you know, evil is relative.
What are you waiting for?
I've been drinking these Coke Zeros all night, and I don't feel anything.
Oh,
well, of course not. You feel zero from them.
That's right. I was just going to say exactly that.
You're not
Get
still
out of my
presenting
head,
me, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
I've probably had about 5 or 6
you.
shots of Canadian whiskey by now.
Awesome. Canadian whiskey. Woohoo! Attaboy. Alberta Springs makes some pretty damn good whiskey, actually.
So for #, this is from the book by Brandon Sanderson. It's from the Stormlight Archive series, which is the inspiration for the shirt.
Ah.
# says very cool with a big smiley face.
I know I am.
Yeah, I'm getting and so humble.
You know, somebody's got to do it.
Red, you haven't said shit for a while. What's going on over there?
He just got back.
Yep, I just got back. Yeah, it's snowing out, so I just step outside and shovel while it's fresh.
He had to go beat his wife or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you got snow there? He had to go beat his wife.
I gotta have a wife.
I'm never getting monetized. Exactly, yeah.
It was a joke. Jeez.
Well, of course, we know that. but I have to make it set.
Yeah, your side channel. I mean, you keep inviting Claus, so.
Oh, he's always welcome in if we can.
Absolutely, I love Claus to death.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
He's just naked.
Yeah.
we love Claus.
Yeah, I do wish Claus could work out his technical issues there.
Yeah.
We need to hook him and Terry up because Terry finally figured all of it out. Yeah. He could probably say it in a way that he could understand. Both of them living in the upside down.
I bet you that he's actually muted himself and he hasn't figured out how to unmute himself. Because he's before tech guy.
Yeah, I've got to figure out more of this. I mean, Faye gave me the basics on how to handle the Google, and
yeah,
I'm committed to doing a midnight chat next Thursday, but I don't understand most of the stuff.
It's not hard, dude. It's basically like on YouTube. It pretty much walks you through it. So, I recommend maybe watching a video on how to do Google Hangouts.
Yeah,
I'm going to be switching to OBS at some point. Oh, just so you guys know, I purchased a new computer.
What?
You gotta have an opening. I know. Guy gets a little bit of money and he goes crazy. And I got a Yeti Blue microphone coming in the mail. Should be here tomorrow.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I like that. No, I don't think I'll need one of those arm things. But even if that's the case, I've got like fucking 12 of them at work. I could just steal one of those ones. You didn't hear that, my boss, Jeremy. Because we got a bunch of those kinds of things in the lab. They're usually used for our pH and ion readers, but there's a couple extra ones that I could just plug. I could just stick it in my dresser over here.
I really need to know the pH of stuff anyway. Just lick it.
Nah. If it tastes kind of like a battery, then it's acidic. If it doesn't taste like a battery, then it's
if it's a bit sour, battery tasting, it's acidic, and of course, if it's kind of bitter, it's probably alkaline.
Yeah, that works. Sure.
And the only reason I say that is, I do specialty coatings, which is like in chemical resistant containment areas and stuff. And I had a boss that would actually dabble in something, just stick his finger in it, and lick it to see what it was, if it was an unknown chemical. And we had pH paper. It was, a staple of the truck, but he just liked,
dude,
yeah,
dip the fucking
yeah. He would dip his finger in it, and oh yeah, it's sour. It's acid. He was an eccentric cat.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too bright.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like we were really dealing with anything crazy, like for the most part, it was sulfuric and HCl, but they did have HF and they did have chromic and stuff like that. So I'm like, what are you doing? What?
Only
great.
sulfuric.
So by the time you got from dipping your finger in the vat to putting it in your mouth, it's not strong enough to dissolve your lips anymore because your finger's gone.
Well, I mean, this was just like out on the concrete, right? This wasn't even inside the
sulfuric acid, man. Come on, that stuff can burn you. Even at 80%, it can still fucking burn you.
It's actually more aggressive at 80% than it is at like full strength.
Yeah. I suppose so.
As far as its corrosive nature goes.
Yes, because when you add when you water it down for a specific, lack of a better term, it can become even more nasty. Oh, trust me, I know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got some of that shit on my finger, right on the nail bed, and there happened in my fingernail that took over a year to grow out.
Oh yeah,
because it stunted my fingernail growth instantaneously. It was crazy. Oh, Christy's here. Hi, Christy. Oh, wow. See, I was singing last night. Now my voice is trashed. Which usually happens on the day after I do the vocals for the night, because we do a lot of growly shit and stuff like that. So, oh, quit yawning, Purple.
Sorry. Unfortunately, that has nothing to do with being tired. Otherwise, I could actually fall asleep once in a while.
Yeah, you've got the whole insomnia and thing going on there. Have you tried the whole? I'm assuming you've already tried the chamomile root and the melatonin root.
Yeah, I've got the chamomile tea, and I tried the melatonin capsules, and yeah.
Nothing helps.
Nothing.
How about a large hammer?
Well, the only things that help without serious side effects require like heavy-duty prescriptions that none of the doctors want to give.
You don't want to do that shit.
Yeah, I need shit like codeine to fall asleep.
I thought you were going to say cocaine. No, that's not going to put you to sleep. I would talk to Cyrus. He's got a large hammer. That might help. Just kidding. So that just reminds me of the other day. My buddy goes, "Oh, I wish kittens would stay like that. They're so cute." And I go, "Well, if you hit it with a hammer, it'll stay like that."
That's fucked, Neil.
I know. Hey,
well, actually, they won't stay like that because they'll start to decompose, and then they're not so cute.
They're not going to be so cute after a while. They're going to be like little zombie kittens after a while. So, and now everyone has left my show. Thanks for coming.
This took a dark turn. Oh yeah, I was talking to my friend the other day. Wow.
He would hit kittens with hammers. This guy's an asshole. I wouldn't actually do that, people. Don't lose your shit. It's all right.
I wouldn't actually.
Right.
Oh wow.
Well, I would have to be offered a rather large sum of money. No, there's no fucking way I could do that. It's like I worked in a pizza joint, and a buddy of mine. Oh look, I'm getting all choppy. Probably a good thing right now. I worked in a pizza joint, and a friend of mine goes, "Yeah, this guy offered me a job. Goes up north to what the fuck's going on? Can you guys hear me?"
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. He goes, "Yeah, this guy offered me a job clubbing baby seals, and you can $1,000 every seal that you club." I'm like, "What? You're gonna go up north and club baby seals? Are you fucking high? What's wrong? You couldn't do that if you pay, or you couldn't do that even if you were." He was a really super nice guy, so there's no fucking way he could have done it. I don't know. I have no idea where the hell I was trying to go with that comment, but it's like he was offered $5,000 to hit baby seals. I'm like, dude, you'd look in their eyes, and that would be it. You'd be on the snow bank crying your fucking eyes out. It's not happening. He goes,
yeah, but he'd be a lot more wealthy.
Yeah, I'm like, sure, but money, there's just certain things you're not going to do for money, and clubbing baby seals is one of them. I'm sorry. I don't care how much fucking money you make from that.
Well, I'm not saying I could be bought, but I could be bought.
Yeah.
But there's a price almost anybody's willing to go for.
Yeah, there is a price that I would club a baby seal for. I mean,
not me.
It's not realistic, and it's not likely ever to be available. But
hashtag heathen is like, I guess obviously they heard my kitten hit the kitten with a hammer thing. Don't worry, hashtag I'm an animal lover, and I would never in a billion fucking years even consider to harm another animal. As a matter of fact, I've rescued animals from harmful situations. So there you go. My roommate,
you can pay me enough to do that.
No, not a fucking chance. So it's all good, guys. I'm just joking about.
Actually, that's my biggest problem. If I didn't have ethics, I'd have a hell of a lot more money.
Right? Yeah, but we do. Oh no, we're atheists. We can't have morals or ethics. Come on, guys. What are you talking about?
How confident are you in that belief?
Not at all. So, I mean, I think I'm a perfect example of somebody who's fairly altruistic when it comes to doing things. So, yeah.
Well, pretty much. My line is, I can't screw a person who has an actual face. If it's screwing a corporation, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. Well, corporations screw people anyway. So any dig you can get at a corporation, I'm always like, cheers to you. Because they make enough money. They're not going to miss a few bucks here and there. That's why, they say thou shalt not steal is one of the commandments, right? Well, I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't steal from friends and family, but I would steal from places that make enough money that they wouldn't miss a few bucks here and there, especially if it was, to feed a family or to help an animal that was in need, something like that. I'm like, fuck yeah, steal from them. I don't care. Because they make enough money.
Really needed. I think that's okay. It was really needed.
Yeah,
exactly. There are times when it's necessary, right? So, big brother.
I'll
man.
admit I've done some things that I'm not too proud of because at the time you do what you need to survive.
Sure, and I could say the same thing, man. I'm sure all of us could say that there's some things that we've done in our lives that we're not proud of. But that's part of growth. That's part of what makes you who you are, and you learn from that, and you realize that maybe that wasn't such a good thing, and you try not to do that kind of shit again. So everything that I focus on, I can only speak for myself, obviously, but everything I focus on is always to try and better the world in whatever way I can. So that's just who I am today. Christy knows that because of our conversation on the Leah podcast. We were talking about that kind of stuff. Hi, Terry. We have another one of our resident Aussies.
Oh yeah, I didn't see Terry come in.
Yeah. Hey, you missed it, Terry. Klaus was trying to worm his way in here, but he couldn't hear a fucking thing we were saying, so he bailed on us. Anyway, all right, you guys. Well, I think I'm gonna bugger off now because I've got more beer downstairs at my buddy's place because this is the last one and it's all empty. God damn it! So I got to go downstairs and get some more beer. So it is Saturday here. I know for you folks like Terry there and Klaus in Australia, it's Sunday. So they're already an hour ahead of us now too, because don't forget, you guys, tonight's the night we have to put the clocks ahead an hour.
Is it?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's tonight. Yeah. Then they moved it back a couple of weeks. It used to be like the beginning of April.
Lame.
I know. We get to lose
an hour. Ruining my night, Neil.
Well, come on, I'm good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just a reminder to all you guys that we do have to bump the clocks ahead. I'm grateful though that they do these sorts of things on a weekend. Of course, I always prefer the fall when we gain an hour.
Yeah,
but at least it's lighter out later now. So because I like the sun, it's what charges me up, so I can be a dick for the rest of the night. So. I don't know what the fuck that was about. This is what happens when they've had 4 of these or more. So.
Well, I don't see the purpose of setting the clocks back in the fall so it gets dark earlier. That makes absolutely no sense.
It's for farming. That's why that whole thing started, was for crops stuff.
Actually, it wasn't for farming. It actually started. Dude. It actually started to keep the factories during World War II going.
What? It's been going on since before World War II.
Well, maybe it was World War I, but it was actually about keeping the factories going.
Oh, I've always known it to be because of farming stuff. So.
I've heard it from farming too.
Yeah, I was about to say
I've heard both.
I'd have.
Okay, we gotta look this up.
Maybe it's both.
we gotta look this up.
Yep. Somebody get your Google foo on.
I'm Googling this shit.
Yep.
I know it was Benjamin Franklin that came up with the whole idea.
That was a little before World War II.
Yeah, but I don't think it was implemented until
World War I too. So
I didn't think it was that far back, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it goes back quite a ways. But that would make sense too, to be honest, Purple. With factory workers, well, I don't know. Do factory workers don't even see outside, so who the hell cares? But I understand, like, getting there in a time when we didn't really have cars and stuff like that, they would want to be lighter out when they on their way to work, obviously. Yeah, but I much prefer the fall one where you get to gain an hour's sleep because I'm a lazy prick. So an extra hour sleep is always good.
Nice.
I can't fucking sleep anyway because during the week I wake up at like 4 a.m. just to go to work to be there for 5, and so weekend time comes and you're guaranteed by 6 o'clock I'm already like, what's going on? Let's turn on some cartoons. At least that's what I used to do. Back when they actually had Saturday morning cartoons, but now cartoons you can watch anytime. So
Yeah.
Orange? Yeah, I'm just looking at Wikipedia. Like, maybe that's probably not a good idea, but I'm just looking at Wikipedia, and it says that that's the first states to adopt DST nationally were those of the German Empire and its World War I ally Austria and Hungary, commencing April 30th, 1916, as a way to conserve coal during wartime.
Oh, right. So you wouldn't have to burn it as much.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because it's light out. You wouldn't need it. Yeah, okay. Sure.
To me, that's a myth. Maybe it's a myth that just because of farmers. Maybe that's a myth.
Could be.
Yeah.
Like urban life type shit.
Well, that's
yeah.
I had thought for a long time it was the farmers, and then I'd found something that was saying it was about, the factories not needing to use as much electricity.
We learned something new.
Wow. Well, there you go, kids. See, my shows can be educational. There you go.
We got fun facts at the end of the show.
Guaranteed to learn something every time you come and watch one of my goofy shows. All right. Well, unfortunately, now Terry's jumped in as I'm a. Oh, look at this guy. Timing. Well, Terry, I'll let you say hello, and then we're gonna bring it to a close, my friend. So,
I got it at the wrong end, did I?
Yep.
Right.
Oh, I might hang around. If anyone else.
Yeah, well, you guys can stay on after I leave. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, I like the after party.
The after party. Well, Terry, why don't you do my sign off then? Since you made it so late. You know what I always say. Come on, I always say it.
If it's not something, it's knowledge.
That's fucking perfect.
That should be your new sign off from now on.
Terry, you got to come in and do my sign off every time.
We need a sound bite of that.
If it's not a dog, it's a cat. I've got a million of them. Okay. I'll make one up each week. I'll make one up next week.
It's called faith because it's not knowledge, is it?
That's the one. Yeah.
There you go.
Don't spoil it.
I kind of do here.
Okay. Christy San Diego, which I'll bow to her expertise on history, says that daylight savings time was proposed by Benjamin Franklin.
Well, I think I saw it on Wikipedia. I think it's mentioned by other people too.
Yeah, she's saying he wrote about it in a 1974 essay, but I think she's messed up the date there. I don't think Benjamin Franklin was around in 1974.
He must have been old. He was old.
He would have been in rough shape.
He might have been retired by then, I think.
Give him his credit. In a time when most people didn't live past 40, he was in his 70s and still seducing the wives of the French nobles.
Well, I hope to be just like that.
I don't know if you can find any French nobles these days, Neil.
Yeah. Well, I'll pretend. It's okay. There's a French girl in the building that's actually pretty cute, so maybe I'll hit on her.
I'll start learning to speak French. You know French,
I already know
don't you?
some.
Oh, you know.
Well,
okay.
Well, you know what Benjamin
just 'cause I live in
Franklin's trick
Canada.
was?
1774 is what she meant, not 1974.
Yeah. Benjamin Franklin was promoting the idea that given access to education, women could be just as intelligent as men, which was a really radical idea in his time.
Mm-hmm. He was,
and that was how he was getting all the women to like him.
Well, he was pro women in general.
Yep.
And I mean, I think it's fucking ridiculous anyways. I've always been sort of a feminist myself because, you know what? I never understood any of that shit, and I never will. But anyway. All right, be humanists for godless sake. Yeah, I like that, for godless sake. I like that, Christy.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Christy's an amazing lady. So I was pretty.
Her history,
yeah.
where she's going down
No.
weekly by the decades, is incredible stuff.
Adriana, Christy wants you to comment there so she can sub to your channel.
What? Oh, okay.
She wants you to make a comment in the chat so she can sub to your channel.
Okay.
That's cool. We'll get you more subs because you will have a very educational channel.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay. I was going to mention. Can I mention one thing? So on Monday I'm going to. Sorry, but on Monday I'm going to make another video. Okay, hashtag Ethan Gunn. I'll post a minute. Sorry. Okay. So on Monday I'm gonna make a video. I think of an idea that I'm gonna post why I got interested in insects. Why I got interested in insects. I'm gonna give you a hint. It's because insects are cool.
We never would have figured that
out. They never bugged you.
Oh wow. Shut it down.
There comes Terry. He's like me. He's got the dad jokes. The daddy. All right, you guys. I gotta take off. But you guys, if you want to chat amongst yourselves after this, that's fine. Thanks everyone for tuning in to this lunacy that is usually my after show. Unfortunately, Tim didn't make it. We'll drag him into an after show at some point. I hope you guys enjoyed the chat I had with him earlier, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching me get more and more drunk as the night went on. And of course, Evan's not, because he's drinking Coke Zero. Anyway, until next time, guys, remember, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys.